All right, guys, so in this video, I want to share with you if you're starting with no money or you're starting with money, how you should go about doing this. So when I started my business, I started with no money. And by no money, I mean a $2,000 credit card, right? I already had the truck, so I didn't have to go buy a vehicle, but I had a truck and a $2,000 credit card got me started. And so what I did with that, like I mentioned, I did pest control. I went and bought the sprayers and the products that I needed in order to get started. And with the $2,000 credit card, that basically covered everything. So a very low cost business to basically start once you have a truck. One of the things that I always talk about, especially when you got no money, is to not go out there and do a business that requires a lot of money. For example, if you want to start a store selling, I don't know, vapes, like the vapes, you probably going to need a lot of money to do that, right? I mean, just the location itself, you got to pay for rent every month, not including having to buy all the products and materials. You're going to spend probably, and this is just guess, probably about $30,000. And I believe that when you first start a business, you should keep your expenses as low as possible. And one, you don't probably have $30,000. And then the question becomes, should I get a loan to do it? And I would say absolutely not. Because put it like this, say you start that business and it's not profitable. Like you don't make money. You realize, oh my God, I made a mistake. Well, now you're 30,000 in a loan that you can't pay back because you are not making money from the business. Now the stress comes in and you're not okay. Make sense? So I believe in starting a business where you don't need to invest a lot of money. Say 5 to 10 grand should probably be a good starting number maximum, that you shouldn't be investing into starting a business that you should be profitable in. Because you need to know exactly how you're going to get accounts, how you're going to make money, and how everything's going to work out before you even start. I always talk to this one guy I know that always has an idea about starting a business, and he just doesn't even do enough research to realize if this thing's going to work or not. Guys, you're talking about investing your time and your money into something. You need to know that you are going to be okay. You need to have all these things worked out before you even open the doors day one. So anyway, I knew when I started my thing, I could make it happen because I knew I could sell accounts. All I had to do was knock on someone's door, introduce myself, and be the salesperson that I am, and I knew I could sell. So that's how I did it, right? And then of course I just had the $2,000 credit card, which I bought the products from, and that's it. Like that was all my expenditures. From that point, it was just building on top of it. My living expenses were really low. So I knew I could just survive and sustain the business long enough until it's profitable. So I had a plan, man. It wasn't a perfect plan, but I had a plan enough to know that I wasn't going to blow some money and on something that I knew I couldn't do or had a high chance of it not working. So I don't believe that you should take out loans and stuff. Now, if you have money to invest, that's different. You have money and you're okay with investing it. Now, my thoughts on investing in a brand new business, especially that you haven't done before or something, is you got to be willing to lose the money you invest to get it started. You got to be willing to lose it before you even do it. Because if you end up failing and you do lose your money, at least you knew that going into it. And it doesn't stop you from living or harms your family or whatever. This is money you invested knowing you're okay with losing it, right? You're taking a leap of faith. And that's what I believe, right? Because again, I'm talking to someone that's never done a business, that doesn't have a lot of money. And these are the two scenarios that I can imagine you could be in, all right? But most of you are going to be in my scenario where you just have no money. You probably have a job somewhere, you have a family, and you just want to do something on the side until it grows into something bigger. So in my thoughts is invest as little as possible and use your effort in order to grow it to where it needs to be. So That's how I did it, guys. $2,000 credit card. I already had a truck. The rest was just on me to go out there, knock on some doors, and get some customers. So if you're starting from zero, invest very little money and put effort behind it to grow it. And if you have a lot of cash, just be willing to lose it when you invest it in a business that you've never done or you don't know if it's going to be successful. Number three, before you even choose the business to go into and put all this money towards it or effort, dude, do your research. Do your research. Like, can you make money? Can you make $250,000 by yourself doing that business? Is it very expensive to get started or not? Or is it just your truck and some tools and you're ready to go? Like, those are easy, good businesses to start, especially when you are starting from zero with no money. Don't take out loans. I think, especially when it comes to business, if you take out loans, you're just setting yourself up for failure. All right? Because you're starting too easily. You're not building. You have no employees. You have no one walking in your store. You got nothing. You got nothing. What are you investing into? Build the foundation, and once you see you're profiting and you're actually going to work, if you want to take a loan because you're going to make a bunch of money from it, that's different. Until then, guys, my advice is if you're starting from zero, keep your expenses low, start with little money, and put your effort, your energy, your physical labor to work.